Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I have a planner from Lightspeed and it is their newest planner out and it is called the Greatness Edition. It is a daily planner, but you also get a weekly review page and I cannot wait to share it with you. It's very clean looking, wonderful fonts, a really great planner in my opinion. It's a daily planner that is a little bit different than any dailies I have ever shown you, and I'm excited to share it with you. I want to show you it comes in two colors. This is the rose gold, and they also have just a black if you need like a more professional, edition look. They just have the sparse black, and the only thing on the black is Lightspeed right there. That's it. So it looks very professional if you need to use it in a professional setting. The black comes in a black box. They both come in a keepsake box. Don't mind that cut there. That was from me using an X-Acto knife to open the box. So I was not very careful with how deep down I was cutting, but the box came in perfect condition. This is what your box looks like. It's a really nice box if you want to store cards in it, pens, or if you want to keep it to store your planner in afterwards. Boxes like this also work well as drawer organizers. If you separate them and you just put the top or the bottom down in a drawer because it's white. I love that when it's the inside's white. You can lay pins in it, post-it notes. It can be like a drawer divider. I use these in my desk drawers. We are going to be looking at the rose gold edition just because that's the one that I picked to do the pen test in. The rose gold comes in a white box with just really pretty rose gold foiling on there. All right, this planner is 9 1/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches, and the pages are 6 by 9. It's bigger than an A5, but smaller than your 7 by 9 planner. So it's in between there, bigger than an A5, but smaller than your 7 by 9 planner. On the outside of your planner, there is nothing but the Lightspeed right there on the front. Each planner comes with 3 ribbons, which I think is so helpful in a planner like this because you can have one on the day you're on, you can have one on like the week ahead that you're on, and you can have one on your monthly view. I also appreciate that they made the ribbons match the planner. So in the rose gold, you have 2 like silver and 1 rose pinkish ribbon. And then in the black, you have a black, a silver, and a dark gray. They are satin ribbons and they are made plenty long to where, you guys have heard me talk about this in videos before, to where you can pull them all the way to the edge of your page like that. How I personally think a ribbon should function. You can pull it to the edge of the page and open to where you're on. So I like that they're long enough and that they matched them to the color of the book that we're in. These planners also come with an elastic band that works perfectly to hold your planner shut in a bag. And then it comes with a nice accordion pocket at the back also that can hold a lot in there for whatever you need to stick in there. Material on the sides of the accordion pocket made really well, in my opinion, from what I've done with playing around with it. We are going to jump in, because this is what I've heard from you guys, right to the pen test and the daily page layout. Then we will go back to the front for the goal section. This is an undated daily planner. So you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday up here. It actually starts with Sunday. Sorry, I said it in the wrong order there. It's actually a Sunday start, just like your monthly calendar in this planner. You have room to write your date in. Now, this is my big pen test page on one of the daily pages. I tried every pen. I also wrote a little bit of information about the planner to make sure I told you. I even tried a fountain pen. This is 120 GSM paper. If you watch all my videos, you know that I say anything above 100 GSM in these bound type of planners is really a step above. So this is 120 GSM, which equates to about 81 pounds. So it is really nice paper. It's bright white paper, and I'm going to show you the back here. This is the pen test page. As you can see, really nothing is ghosting through. You can barely see the fountain pen down there, and that is the only thing that I can see coming through is the fountain pen. So I wouldn't really recommend using a fountain pen in this planner. Other than that, every single thing has taken really well to the page. Mild liners, I've used ERIN CONDREN dual tip markers, Papermate flare pens, everything. Sharpie pens, colored and black. So there's your pen test. In this planner, there are 12 monthly layouts, so you have pre-planning for an entire year. There are 180 daily pages, and there are 7 daily pages per week. Since there are weekly reviews in there, I'll show you. So you get a full daily page for every day of the week, even Saturday and Sunday. Then you have 10 goal-setting pages, and you have 25 blank notes pages. So that's kind of like just an overview of the planner. It is available on Amazon and on the Lightspeed website, and I will have both those links down in the description box. On Amazon, I think it was about $35 on the day that I checked, but you know that that price can fluctuate. I want to show you before we go over the daily page that since it covers half a year and it is a daily planner with all those extras, with the notes, 25 notes pages, 10 goal setting pages, half a year of daily pages, weekly review pages, and 12 monthly spreads. It also has like a yearly overview, and we'll go over all that. Since it has all that, it is a pretty thick book. So it's not like a really thin book, but it holds half a year of daily pages plus all those extras. Let's go over a daily page that doesn't have any of my writing on it. So this is what you get 7 days in a week in between all your weekly reviews. You have a top 3 priorities with tick off boxes. Like I said, you have a Sunday through Saturday to circle which day you're on and a place to write your date in. Now for each of your priorities, you have a box to write the time in, the estimated time that it's going to take you to complete that task. And you know what I've noticed in my life is that sometimes I completely overestimate the time it will take me to do a task, or I completely underestimate the time. What I've started doing sometimes is actually keeping track of how long did it take me to edit this, 30-minute video. How long did it actually take me to edit that? I will record the time, and that helps me for the next time I have to do that task, kind of know how much time to put down there. So if we actually start keeping track of the time that it takes us to do certain tasks in our life, then I think it helps us to get better at estimating and guessing how much time it will take on new tasks that we don't know. That's just something that I've noticed. Like if I keep track of how long it took me to empty the dishwasher or to make a bed, on those tasks, I'm usually surprised at how little time it took me because I might put them off thinking, oh, I don't want to do that, just because it's a task we may not enjoy. But then when I look at, oh, it took me 2.5 minutes to empty the dishwasher. What? Why was I even complaining about that? Those time estimates can help us in many ways in our life. So you have a top 3 priorities, and they give you plenty of room to write in a good size. As someone who writes bigger, I notice these things. So they're not tiny lines. They're not tiny boxes. Your schedule and your tasks for the day. You can put timed appointments here. You can write what time the appointment is at. You can put tasks here, and you could fill in your estimated time that it will take you to do those tasks. You have just a blank notes box. So you can use this however you need to, notes and ideas for your day. And then at the bottom, you have a how would you rate your performance for the day? So it's not something that takes you a long time at the end of the day, but it's something that's just checking in at the end of the day, looking at your day and thinking, how did this day go? In the realm of daily planner pages layouts, to me, it's very clean. I like the aesthetic look of the page. I like the font that they've used. It just seems it's not busy. It's not thick, harsh black lines, which sometimes are hard on the eyes. It's a very calming page to me to turn to. It doesn't seem overwhelming for the day. That's the feeling that I got when testing it out and writing in it. Let's look at the weekly layout. Before every week, you get a weekly review and then kind of like looking at your upcoming week. So here's at the end of 7 days, every 7 days, since it's an undated, just every 7 daily pages, you get a weekly review. So you can write the week of. You have number 1, a gratitude. What are you grateful for this past week and why? 2, wins. What went well? Write down one good thing that happened this week. Progress. What didn't go well this week? How can you make next week better? And then a review for this coming week. Unfinished tasks, goals, and calendar. So they're saying to check over these 3 things for the coming up week. Weekly planning for this next coming week. List your most important tasks for the coming week so you can have a weekly list here to work off of. And then your main goal / focus for this coming week, right down there at the bottom. Something else I appreciate is that every page is numbered in this planner, which I just think is helpful if you write something on a certain page and you want to remember, oh, I took the notes about my doctor appointment on page 62. You can note that, and then you will be able to go back and find that. How the numbered pages work is at the very back, after your 25 pages of notes, you have an index, which I think this is so helpful. This is smart to put in a planner, a daily planner like this. You can write the page number that it's on and a description of what's on that page. So like I mentioned, and your index is 2 pages. You took notes on a work meeting, if you took notes on a phone call with a doctor, if you took notes on how much your garage door opener repair was going to be, whatever it is, whatever you took notes on that day, to remember where that is and not have to go transfer it to someone else or somewhere else into another notebook or not be able to find it when you need to, you just record it on the index pages back here. And it's really easy to find, and that's where the page numbers come in. So that is all your daily pages. At the back, like we said, there's 25 blank note pages. They are blank. They are also numbered, so you can include any important notes you want to in the index back here from your blanks notes pages. You can use these to make mind maps even because they're blank, for drawings, if you're artistic, anything like that, since they left them blank. And then at the end, you just have their little end page, and that's it. They have a list at the end, kind of everything that you could use these notes and blank space for back here. They're just giving you ideas, affirmations, vision boards, habit trackers, projects, journaling, quotes, brain dumps, thoughts, big ideas, lists. They're giving you a lot of ideas to use your notes and blank space with. You can download printables at their website, also lightspeedplanner.com/printables, and I will have their website linked down in the description. At the end, you have a little bit different. You have a final weekly review. So it's kind of like your half year, your mid-year review, since this planner lasts 6 months. And it has a gratitude, wins, progress, goals, reward, and experience. Let's turn to the monthly layout now, and then we will go to the goal section and extras at the front. Your monthly layout has little boxes to guide you with writing the numbers. It's a typical Sunday start. You have room to write the month you're in, your main focus for the month, tasks for the month, plenty of room for notes and ideas down here for the month. And because they haven't labeled specific things for the notes and ideas down here, it leaves it completely open to your interpretation and what you need to use it for. I like that. And if you look at this monthly spread, to me, again, I like the aesthetic feel of the page. It's clean. It doesn't feel cluttered. It feels very open and calming to me. There is not too many things to tick off or check off. There's not the really thick, harsh black lines like I noted. It's just, it speaks to me in the font that they used and the thinner lines that they used. I enjoy that. All right, so you have all 12 months in a row right here. Like I said, you have 12 months for future planning. So they give you all 12 months right in a row, no pages in between. Then you go into your first week. Your first week has no weekly review because you're just starting it. So you're not reviewing the week before. You're just planning for the upcoming week. So that's the only page that looks like this. It just has your weekly planning for the upcoming week. But when you go 7 pages in, then you have your weekly review and weekly planning grouped on your one page to go into your new week. Let's go from the front of the book now until the monthly layouts. You have a nameplate page right up front. Then you have some information from Lightspeed. You have a table of contents showing you where everything is in the book and what page number it falls on. I find that helpful. And then I highlighted something on the page. Actually, this page is full of good information, you guys, so make sure you read it. But one of the things that we always hear, and this is something that I always hear, but I don't think I've necessarily said it in any of my videos, is we are 42% more likely to achieve our goals by writing them down. And that number increases with a plan of action. When we write down goals, and I truly do believe this because I have seen it come to fruition in my life, when we write down our goals, we are 42% more likely for them to be achieved. And if we make a plan of action, then that percentage increases even more. So after that little page about greatness right there, because this is the greatness edition of their planner, you have a new start page. So they ask you a couple questions here. What are you going to focus on this year? What could you do more or less of? What would you like to learn or get better at this year? In the year ahead, what would you most like to change about yourself and why? Then there's a yearly list. What would you like to have, do, and experience this year? So an item or activity that you want for that year, notes about it, and rate it. I think that's an interesting list that I really haven't seen that exact type of list in another planner. Your mindset. What are some quotes and advice to help get you through challenging times? I like having this in here. You can write out some of your favorite quotes in here. You can do it in nice colors, or you can just write it in black. And to have those to turn back to while you're working on your goals and planning your days, I always like to read motivational quotes. It's very inspiring to me. This is a goals overview page. What do you want to make happen? Think about your goals and write it down. They give you space for up to 10 goals right here. Then in notes, a little note section. What I like about their goal planning section here is they do not complicate things. Then you have 10 goal setting pages because they gave you room for up to 10 goals, right? And then you have 10 goal setting pages, and each page is for one goal. You have a date, you have a what is your goal, why is it important, when will you achieve it, so like, the date you want to give yourself, circle which category that goal is from, your reward, how will you celebrate your wins, and then actions. So these are your action steps that need to be done to make it to achieve that goal, and a due date for those action steps. Then check your progress. Are you 10% done, 20% done, 30%? I really like this, you guys, because I can see myself if I was working on a goal. Like last year, I repainted about 70% of our house. And if I had this little progress chart to check off that I was 10% done, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, that would be highly motivating for me. This whole year, if you follow me, one of my goals is cleaning out the entire house, every drawer, every cabinet, room by room, and I've assigned that out through every month to be done by the end of October, since I didn't foresee myself wanting to clean and be cleaning out in November and December with all the holidays. If I had this little chart, I might just make this in my power sheets where I'm working on my goals, because I think that's highly motivating. If I saw as I went through the different rooms each month how close I was getting to 100%. I actually really appreciate this goal setting plan page. You guys know I see a lot of goal setting plan pages, and this is just one that speaks to my personality, that I could see myself using, that makes sense to me, that's simple. You have 10 goal setting pages to go with your 10 goals. Then you have a yearly overview. You can write in the name of your months. Once again, it's undated, so they don't have the months written in for you, because let's say you start your planner in April or May or June. Then you want to start with that month and write out the whole year from there. You could use this to map out your goals, or you can use it for numerous other reasons. I use my monthly layouts to write down big bills that are due only 1 to 6 times a year, like our Audible subscription, our Amazon renewal, our air conditioner and heat check, our HOA bills. That's what I use mine for. I know many people use theirs for goals. Many people use them for the typical birthday, anniversaries, vacations, or to record just big things that actually happen that month and like their gratitudes for the month. So there's numerous ways you can use a yearly overview, and I always appreciate when a yearly overview is included in a planner. And that is the entire Greatness Edition from Lightspeed. As you guys can tell, I'm impressed by this planner, by the 120 GSM paper, to the look and layout and function of the pages. I love the rounded corners on the pages to match the rounded corners on the books. I don't know what there is about that, but I really love rounded corners, and I really love numbered pages. So that speaks to my soul right there. I would love to know how you feel about this Lightspeed Greatness Edition. I know that the makers of these companies, especially this is a smaller family-owned company, I know they love to see how you feel about their planners down in the comments, that they really appreciate those comments and take them to heart when designing new editions. So please leave some comments with your thoughts. I'd love to hear them, and I know they would too. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Happy planning, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.